Hello, and welcome to your Ascension Energy update for the week of March 17th. For those of you who celebrate Happy St. Patrick's Day, definitely we're in an auspicious time right now as we just had our full lunar eclipse and our full moon. This week we will be experiencing Spring Equinox, and then followed on the tail end is going to be again in the coming weeks another eclipse. So the energy of spring is in the air. It is kind of like moving through the final remnants of winter season, of really clearing, of really purging, of really moving everything that is out of alignment. We're moving through a big identity shift this week. Again, you may feel a little, you might still be feeling a lot of rattling within the nervous system. There will be tests when it comes to the shifts and the changes that you have made. And really, it is not, I don't necessarily, I use the word test loosely because it's not necessarily that you're being tested as in this is a pass fail. This is a for recognition of where have you fully moved into this new phase and where are you still needing to clear or further deepen your conviction into who you are, not necessarily who you've become, who you've always been. And you recognize yourself fully in this new version, or there are aspects of yourself that still need to come into alignment. So you will be guided very heavily this week as we're big in the energy of forgiveness and we are continuing to purge and move through what feels like trauma, collective trauma, personal trauma, past lifetime trauma. Ooh, is my light just changed colors? And trauma within the body, held within the water, held within the cells, within the remembrance. So as we move through all of this, I continue to urge you to be gentle, to take the rest, know that your body is working very hard in the unseen, that on a cellular level, there is a lot happening. There's a lot happening in the unseen realms, a lot of restructuring, a lot of purging, a lot of things are moving and shifting. So it is okay, right? If you're feeling like I need a little bit extra time, I need a little extra downtime, go outside, be with nature this week is really calling us back into nature and to recognize that right now the veils are very thin. And so now your connection to spirit is heightened. Your connection to the truth, to the next steps are really present. It is a great time to not only take action, but to take intentional action and to balance that with your internal processes, with balancing the intuition, right, with the logic, balancing the relaxation with the action. It is finding your own harmonious set point. This is something we have been working on for many, many months, and now really come into intention with it and begin to create your own new internal structures for this version of you that you have already created that is asking for you to claim, to shift into, to own, and to fully remember. So we begin this week off with the Page of Swords in reverse. It feels like, again, this entire week is going to be a lot of clearing and reharmonizing and rebalancing. Keep that in mind. We are still very much in the energy of the lunar eclipse, but also starting to feel the effects of the solar. So again, we're going to have this convergence of the fire and the water, of the all of the aspects, the elements really coming in to support us. So when we talk about, the Page of Swords, a lot of times, especially when we're talking about it in reverse, because usually the Page of Swords is like a new beginning, a new truth, a new way of being. This feels like we're really kind of clearing off what has felt like something that was not truthful, something that was not helping us, that was perhaps bringing in confusion, deception, that the indiscretion kind of energy feels like it's really, really being cleared. And it is coupled here with our toadstool growth, which we have had several times. 44 has been following me around a lot this past week, fully supported, really recognizing that there is the energy of support, the energy of abundant support really available for you as you continue to navigate these underground networks, right? We have here the mushrooms, the fungi, that a lot of the work, the connections, the things that are happening in the unseen realm. So a lot of growth in the unseen and brings us to this gateway energy. So interestingly enough, when we talk about gateway, it's like this portal energy, this vortex energy where the veils are very thin. And there are places on Earth that we talk about these vortices, Mount Shasta, Egypt, a lot of these, places in the southern of France. I mean, they're all over the globe. And interestingly enough, we are on St. Patrick's Day today. And, one of the things that people talk about is the ability of the fairies and the elves and the devas to have this ability to really cross between these worlds and to, the really shamanic type energy to be able to merge and move in between worlds. And we are in that energy right now. Allow that energy of being able to sort of move in between the realms, these gateways to really help propel this growth and to really anchor it and to help clear out some of the things that have been in the mental plane, in the emotional plane, in the physical body that have been keeping us out of our new beginning, out of our new truth, really stepping into this new identity of who we are, the doubts, the fear, the lack of trust that is saying, that's not me, I'm not safe, I'm not that big, I'm not worthy. And it's like time to really step in, experience yourself through the energy of the gateway and recognize actually this is exactly who you are. Okay, so then we also have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So again, what has been in the way of our money, the new beginning, right? The things that have delayed success, that have, uh, the energy of perhaps misunderstanding around money, around greed, around this idea that perhaps you thought you were poor with money, that you weren't responsible with money. These ideas, these seeds of doubt, these seeds of fear, these truths that were not true, right? They were misunderstandings. And so they're here. We're clearing it out this week. What's beautiful is this is coupled with inner peace. Now, again, I see the two fish, which reminds me of Pisces. And of course, we are still in Pisces season, as we are getting very close here to Aries season. So, things are ready. And depending upon where you are this week in the world, part of you are going to be seeing the night sky look like Aries, while some of us will still be seeing it as Pisces. But we're still going to be in Pisces and it's going to look like Aries. And so, very auspicious, the energy is very strong this week. So, when we talk about inner peace, again, this is like in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the noise that says you're not worthy, you're not enough, finding, the finances, the abundance, the things that you are calling in are distant, are far. Perhaps you even question if they're available for you. Can you, and this is coupled with the air spirit, which is perfect in this, in this coupling, um, to really allow yourself to build new mental structures, to allow yourself to bring in more logic, more reasoning, more of this masculine energy to help balance and support and create a strong foundation for this new financial wealth and future and frequency that you're tapping into that is available for you now in any moment that you fully decide to own and claim it. And so if that moment is now, which you have full access to in this particular moment, allow the spirit of air, allow the energies of the north, allow the energies to really help ground And it's interesting because it feels like a bridge, like head in the clouds, the dream, the dream, the dream, the thing I want, I desire. And then it's right above what feels like the earth. And so merging the two, this is the energy of a one, which is stepping into leadership, self-leadership, initiation, new beginning, also what you could recognize the ace to represent. Okay, another week of reverses. We had these all last week as well. I feel like they were all reversed last week. So we have the Four of Cups reversed. Similar to last week, if I'm remembering correctly, almost in a similar position. It's the end of stagnation, the end of lack of motivation. We're clearing this out. Any opportunities that feel like have been distant, you haven't been able to hold on to. It's the letting go of any emotions around that, any regret, any fear. It is like we're stepping into a new timeline, we're stepping into a new beginning. It was what it was, it is no longer what it is. And so, can we forgive? Can we let go? Can we release this out of our being, out of our truth, out of our mental structures, out of our physical body? And that feels like a there's a big emotional tie to this in the emotional body, in the waters of the body. And so this also feels like you're gonna need to really give time and space to process this. And so this is coupled with Wizard of the Woods, very earth type energy, but magic, earth magic, kind of like the elves and the fairies, kind of like a lot of energy of Ireland coming in this week. Perhaps a lot of clearing off the energy of Ireland this week. There was a lot that happened, especially in the dark ages around Ireland, especially for the feminine, a lot of secret society type energy, a lot of underground things, a lot of, imprisonment and torture and things that were happening. And it feels like that also is something that wants to be released. And I feel like I want to cry as I say that the emotions are coming in very strongly, a very deep remembrance. And this is again a nod to the trauma that I talked about. And so in this week, you're going to couple these emotions with focus. Remain focused on what the information is delivering to you, the guidance. Okay, relaxation. This is key. You see it there under the full moon, just sort of like reading a book, going within, really allowing yourself to purge and release so that you can more strongly reclaim your emotional body, clearing and purging out the emotional body so that you can reclaim the emotional body in a higher frequency, in a higher elevation, in a new truth and new abundance and all the new things. And this is where the fire energy of Aries is also going to help us to kind of move through this. Okay, Eight of Pentacles reversed. So again, this feels like clearing out. We're clearing out. It feels again more like some of this greed energy, egoic energy, perfection around money, around abundance, around manifestation, around what your expectations are of yourself. A lot of six body energy coming in. Eight, the energy of power, the energy of trust. That is a poignant one. So really self-recognition. We're clearing out the self-recognition, recognizing where you have found fault with yourself or felt like it wasn't enough or that you were doing something in the wrong energy or that you didn't really trust or that you weren't really in your power. We're clearing off all of these lies, all of these untruths, all of the energy that has you feeling like you need to continue to circle, that you're not ready, because you're still seeing yourself in patterns and in loops that aren't allowing yourself to claim this new identity fully. And that is being cleared this week because I'm hearing very clearly this is not true. This is not your truth. This is not who you are, regardless of who you have been, regardless of how you have seen yourself. We're forgiving, we're moving on, and we are starting a new beginning. This is a new beginning. And I feel this very strongly coming in with the equinox, that it's almost like the 0 point reached, ground zero, we start again. And this comes with Mystic Meadow Sanctuary again, Earth vibes. It's very fascinating because we've got almost this Alice in Wonderland, right? Vibes again with the mushroom, right? Of the growth. You remember the mushroom that they had, and we've got the fox, the bear. The fox is kind of like this sly sort of figure. We've got the bear, very protective energy, and then we've got this, sneaky little rabbit here that somewhat has the truth, but is serving it up in metaphors. So it feels like find your sanctuary within. Recognize there are many characters that are involved in this play. There are many different roles you will take on, and at many times you're playing them all simultaneously. But you get to decide which one you focus on. You get to decide which one you see, and you can allow others to see whichever ones they want to see and know that it serves them divinely. But what serves you divinely? That is the question you get to ask and answer. And through that process of reclamation, of recognition, of deciding that you trust yourself to guide yourself and to move forward and to take that step, knowing that the others that you are worried or perhaps have been in this controlling sort of dynamic with, you can let go of the control and you can move and trust they will be behind you. And this brings forward this energy of enlightenment, which is this grand awakening, this new beginning, this full recognition, this full reclamation, a complete radical identity shift that is bringing forth the beginning that you have been praying for, that you have been planning for, that you have been seeding for. It is all happening in the unseen, and it is about ready to become into the seen. All right, this is your energy update for this week. I am, again, urging, go outside, water, move your body, breath work, do all of the things while the energy is here. Use it. Use it. Propel yourself. Don't push yourself into complete dysregulation, but as much as you can handle, you want to use the energy and say, I came for this. I can handle this. And so at the level that I can handle, I will walk. All right, I will see you on next week's energy update. If you liked this, if you got any value of it, please click the like button, the thumbs up, subscribe, share this with anyone you think this might be valuable for, and I will see you on next week's energy update.